Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som Kevin Konsolberg Konsolfelina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Let's get it started. I'm Jason. That's Ben. This is Wanna Bet, where we crush plus money NFL bets 7 days a week. We don't bat 1,000. Nobody does. But we grind. We're calculated. We're smart. We don't sell you BS bets that are peddled by sports books. We work to manipulate the numbers to our favor. That's what we're all about at Wanna Bet. F corporate lines. Coming soon to a hoodie near you. What we also are is completely transparent. We let you know when we're on heaters, when we're slumping, what we're slumping in, what we could do better, how we're adjusting our processes and methods to get better, and we're totally transparent. This daily betting game show keeps score, and the scores are in the green. Beltway Ben, as always, we start by showing how we did last night. A lot of green. A lot of green. Look, when the team you're backing to score 2 goals on the road loses their goalkeeper to a 4th-minute red card in a torrential downpour, which is going to limit your ability to score goals on the counter, and you fall behind 2-0 at the half because you're playing with 10 men, it might not be your day. Still, if you were on that Chelsea bet with us, we had a chance in injury time, in extra time, I should say, to pull that out. And we had corners and we had chances. And we also, frankly, should have had a chance from the spot that we weren't granted for what should have been a penalty. So we lost that bet. 4th-minute red card. It happens. We're hitting plus money all over the place in college, all over the place in the NFL. And there you go. We're up over 40 units as a tandem since we launched this thing on May 21st. If you were on the Super Discord, there were even more winners for you. Plus money MLB winners. Some other college winners. Our buddy Eric Casillas, who's in that Super Discord with us, has hit 15 straight college football bets, documented. So there you go. You want to get in the Super Discord and find out everything we play in real life when we play it? You get access to it. The book, how much, where, why, when. Beltway Ben, you had a nice Saturday as well.
Well, I had a nice Saturday show. Of course, we had a few plays from earlier in the week that didn't go our way. Illinois, boy, was I wrong. I should have just shut up. Indiana, sometimes teams are just going to shut you up and prove you wrong. Indiana did just that and ran the score up. So Indiana hurt us. Clemson legitimately can go somewhere. Like there's a lot that I would like to say about them.
They're fade only now for us, right? Show rule.
Yeah.
Fade
no,
only.
It won't be.
Fade only.
It can't be a bet. Even money line against a bad opponent, I can't put them in a parlay anymore because that's what they had this week. And again, I love Brown. I think he's a great coach. But come on, man, that can't happen the way that it did. They couldn't get a stop defensively, and I think the better coach showed up there. I don't care who's won the national championship. Dabo Swinney's his 2017 ways aren't working anymore. But we did have Florida State minus 44.5 cash for us. Notre Dame's team total over 20.5. Framber Valdez, I don't. There's a lot wrong
me
there.
Too,
but
buddy.
you
screwed me on the first 5.
Pathetic, literally pathetic. But we also did have a plus 170 college football parlay. So finished down a little bit yesterday, not much at all. So keep it rolling this week. And again, Jason said we're up over 40 units. Jason is carrying the load for that for now.
Man, it ebbs and flows. So yeah, we are Wanna Bet first, second, and third down. Our 3 favorite plays of the day. 4th and long is really 4th and short. A quick hitter to get you paid in the first half, first quarter of a game. So you don't have to sit through the whole game to know where we stand. Overtime, we do NFL parlays or college football parlays every single day, and we hit on a lot of them. First down. Actually, before we move on, I just want to say, Beltway Ben, you now are familiar with La Cage Sportif. Beltway Ben has heard the Champions League theme. We've caught up on a lot of things in real life. What do you think of La Cage Sportif? What do you think of the Champions League theme?
Well, La Cage Sportif, I don't know that I would.
Sporting Rooster. You wouldn't rock it?
Yeah, I don't think I would. It's not really my style.
I'm getting
I'm
a
more
t-shirt.
of a plain, you have Nike, Under Armour, occasionally some other things. I don't think La Cage Sportif will be. I just don't know that I'd have a reason to. Now, if I tailed on one of your bets and the team was sponsored by that brand or they have a shirt or something, maybe I do down the line. Maybe they cash me some good money because again,
I will
world,
accept that challenge and I will
Yeah.
manifest La Cage Sportif gear into your life.
Yes, that I'm on board with that because when someone cashes you money, you become a fan regardless. So
Sure.
maybe I will be of that. And then the song, it was one of the worst songs I've heard. But I did real quick. It was a horrible song. I don't like. And I've also talked to you about. I'm not a huge guy with bands. I don't the music.
Well, this is not really a band though. I mean that's like orchestral, like classical music.
I'm there to watch the game though. Do I want to hear these whack? It's just whatever. But I was at the Orioles game yesterday, and if anybody knows me, I played baseball in college. I've been like a huge baseball guy my whole life. I don't leave games early. I watch games. I'm interested. Right. I've never been more bored at a game in my life. It was
it's only one team playing.
I left in the 7th inning. It was I can't even explain it. It was so frustrating. I didn't want to be there. It was boring. I go there. You want to see Basayo and Beavers, not against the lefty.
No,
whatever, man. That's unbelievable.
JV bocce ball manager.
Literally.
Almost out of baseball inventory. I am excited for MLB series though. Like, I'm ready now to like see who's going to play who and start. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be on a lot of MLB here. Some teams are playing for something. A lot are playing for nothing.
Right.
Guys getting pulled from games early. We're in the weirdo stage. So be careful with your MLB bets. Not going to see a lot of MLB around here until the playoffs because we're here to make you money.
Yeah.
First down about we've done.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I was just going to say I second that. It's
tread lightly.
Very odd what's going on. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I've seen stuff like at the end of the year, but I don't know. I will be getting on stuff in the playoffs, but not for now. And even in the playoffs, the way pitchers work, like managers are quick with that hook. So careful with some props. But here we will go to this game. And we're already, Jason, I know, has a lot of different plays on this game. I have a few with TJ Hawkinson that we've given out throughout the week, which again, that 3.5 receptions number is now to 160. So happy we got that in early. But I like Chase Brown over 67.5 rushing yards. He is the only running back to get a carry for the Bengals this year. Now, this could be a passing game. I get it. It's going to be an over game. Jason's talked about it. I do lean that way as well. This guy can still beat you with one long run. He can beat you a lot of different ways, and they're going to give him the ball. I do think Jake Browning, as much as he's going to throw it, we've seen 37 attempts for Chase Brown through 2 games. And we heard Zach Taylor say, we're not switching things up. We're going with the same game plan. Like, they're going to throw the ball a lot. They've also ran it a lot. They've also ran it a lot. And you look at what this defense has done against the run. Minus 101 EPA against run, bottom 10 in the NFL. Browning, he's playing quarterback, like I said, should be giving it off. And when you look at the consistency that he had last season, saying he's doing sports betting, you could use every single week for every single guy, but he really is. Like, when you look at what happened last year, the way they've used him, I said, not another running back has gotten 1 carry. That's pretty wild. So I do think with the volume and everything, he can break 1. And against a Brian Flores defense, I think he goes over 67.5 rushing yards.
If you watch the show regularly, we are on this game. And if you're in the Discord, we're on that game a lot of different ways. Another game we're on a lot of different ways is San Francisco. I still think, even knowing the full injury situation now, I still think these numbers are too tilted in Arizona's favor. Arizona's played nobody, and they've not looked good against nobody. I don't think Arizona's defense is much better. Arizona's ability to run the ball has been compromised. I think Connor's hit the wall. It's not a great offensive line. They're down some key starters on defense. They've asked a whole lot out of guys like Calais Campbell early in the season where they don't even have their win built up yet. And they're going to face a volume of offensive plays here today from San Francisco. Mac Jones, good on the road. He's going to be fine with Shanahan. Now you get him at home, having gotten some of the jitters out of the way. I think they win this ball game. They finally have a real kicker now. Then you look at McCaffrey and what he's done against Arizona. Just go back and look at the 2023 box scores. He didn't face them last year. 3 scrimmage touchdowns in both games, 50 total touches, ridiculous amount of scrimmage yards. We just need him to get in the end zone. And he scores pretty much every game he starts since he's been in San Francisco. It's just a fact. And then Mac Jones to throw 1 touchdown pass. Like he threw 3 last week. This is not a great defense. A screen pass to McCaffrey, right? We check 2 boxes at once. He's not Kyle Shanahan just going to baby Mac Jones, especially now at home against an opponent he's very familiar with. So I'm not worried about Arizona, San Francisco covering or anything like that. It's around 2.5 now. Forget about it. Almost 2-1. Second down, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, second, I'm going to go with 2 plays here, and it's just 2 wide receiver props. I'll get to both real quickly. A.J. Brown over 62.5 receiving yards, and then DJ Moore over 51.5 receiving yards. Now, we'll start here with A.J. Brown, 62.5. 5 catches for 27 yards in week 2. All of them. Every single one was in the first half. Just 6 dropbacks for the Eagles in the second half. And it was a weird game. You know how the Chiefs game go. And I do think we could see it could be an under game here. You know how good both defenses are. But I think that the Rams give the Eagles a scare. And it wouldn't even surprise me if the Rams were playing ahead in the second half and Philly had to throw the football, because I think the Rams match up well with them. Should have beat them last year. If it's not a snowy, weird game and they don't take a sack, they beat them and continue on in the playoffs. I think LA's offense is going to give Philly's defense some issues to force Philly to throw the ball a little bit more than usual. They're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to make them beat them with the arm because, again, with Philly, that's what you have to do right now. And I'm interested to see who LA has in coverage with A.J. Brown, because we know the Forbes history. When he was in Washington, it was very ugly. It was, going at him a lot, and they got into it bad. But I do think that we are going to see a strong game from A.J. Brown here. Over this last year, 6 catches, 109, and a touchdown in the regular season game. The playoffs is an anomaly. The snow, very weird situation. Weird, they weren't throwing the ball a ton. 6 catches, 109, and a touchdown during the regular season in regular weather. So I do think we see A.J. Brown go over 62.5. And then DJ Moore real quick, 51.5. If you want to know anything about this, just turn on the tape from the Giants game last week and watch what happened with wide receivers. And Malik Neighbors had a day, but it wasn't just him, right? Wan'Dale Robinson, he also had a strong day. And Odunze's been the guy in Chicago, but I do still think Johnson knows what he has in DJ Moore. This is a true wide receiver 1, and we don't need volume to cash this. He is a big-time playmaker. He can catch a ball down the field. So if he gets 3 catches, but one of them's for 40-some yards, we're going to cash this. That's what makes me confident taking his yards. We don't need the volume, and he has the big playability. Dallas doesn't have anybody that can run with him, so I like DJ Moore. Former Terp. Great win by the Terps yesterday, by the way. Awesome win. Malik is the real deal.
We should have been on. We should have been on the Terps. We should have had the balls to go a little Terps money line. Shame on us.
Yes.
I'll be there. I'm back. There we go. I'm back.
I think it might have been me who cut out. Not sure.
Oh, really? That's good. I'll let you take the hit because it's usually me who F's up around here. Second down for me. We're on this game a bunch of different ways. I like to tell you F corporate lines. This is one corporate line that I'm fine with this late in the week. I wanted to see where this thing settled. We're over this game. We're over to 36.5 and a bunch of parlays. Some I gave out here. Others are on the Super Discord. The Bengals, to me, are an over team with this backup quarterback because Zach Taylor wants to save his job by showing I can score 30 points with a backup quarterback. Minnesota's defense is eviscerated by injuries. It's not getting enough attention. The pass rush is not what it normally is. And we're not seeing Flores go his balls out to blitz people because his offense isn't what it was with Sam Darnold, so he can't really risk it. So people are picking up yards against them, chunk yards against them, points against them. Browning is 6-1 to the over as a starter, 12 touchdown passes, 9 picks. I bet we get a pick 6 somewhere in this game between these two starters, which if you're holding an over ticket, you love. The total game scores in Browning starts 65, 48, 51, 45, 42, 45, 58. Are all those over 42? Yeah, they are. And the Bengals defense sucks. They haven't played anybody yet. The Jags suck, and the Browns have no offense right now. And so don't think that defense. Oh yeah, and they're down their number 1 corner, and they're down their second best pass rusher. I see points. Beltway Ben. These two teams played in Minnesota a few years back with Browning at quarterback. It was bonkers. So we're over there. Third down.
Third down here, we will go to my favorite play of the day. DK Metcalf over 57.5 receiving yards. The more I look into this game, the more I love this play. Gonzalez was ruled out yesterday, so we don't have to worry about him. Wide receiver ones eat when Gonzalez is off the field. We already know what Rodgers does with his wide receiver ones, how much he targets them, how much he likes going their way. And DK, It's nowhere near George Pickens, but if DK at halftime has, 2 catches for 13 yards, we're going to see something on the sideline. I mean, we just are. Last week he faced a strong Seattle defense, didn't do a ton, called a touchdown, but it was a frustrating week for him, right? Like, he plays his old team, doesn't get going as much. Now you're going to play a Patriots team that's very good against the run. They take the run away, but aren't good against the pass. You have to imagine Aaron Rodgers is going to be going his way early and often, which is why you'll see me get to him again in 4th and long. But when you have a defense who's already struggled against the pass as it is, and now Gonzalez has been out a little bit, but Gonzalez is not playing, and this is the 4th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. You'll hear me talk about money a lot because teams don't like paying guys money and not getting anything out of them. Like, it's a serious thing. So if you're going to pay this guy as the 4th highest paid wide receiver, you got to get him more involved. I do think he goes over the 57.5 receiving yards.
I'm looking now. I'm with you here. I may play it a little differently. I may play it. That's a big number, though. They've really juiced it up. I want to play Aaron Rodgers' longest completion. They've got it at 35.5.
I know.
They've got it at 35.5. That's too high. But,
right.
Here's where I'm with Beltway Ben. New England defense is allowing 9.5 yards per pass attempt. 7 passes of 25 yards or more already. And look at who they faced.
Right.
So, and we know that Rodgers doesn't want to throw it 7-step drop 50 yards downfield anymore, but he can still hit a guy in stride on a crosser where he takes a slant 50, 60 yards. But they've got it baked into the price. It's one I looked at all week, never bet, and then kind of forgot about it, and now I'm getting back to it. But I might look at some individual over longest receptions in that game. I don't love the 35.5 for Rodgers, but I may
also,
get you something on Discord.
How many times has DK Metcalf caught a 10-yard pass, broke 1 tackle, made a crazy play, and went for another?
Takes it to the house.
Like, it's regular.
Yeah, I mean, longest receptions, Metcalf at 23.5. I kind of like Calvin Austin 18.5.
Because that's all
longest reception.
Right.
I kind of like that. We've given you guys food for thought. Is this me 3rd down?
3rd down, yep.
Kansas City Chiefs on the money line, Mahomes to run for 30 yards. Patrick Mahomes has 123 yards rushing on 9.5 per carry. No other Chiefs player has 50 yards rushing total. Mahomes has 123 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 9.5 yards per attempt, as I just said. The Chiefs, the rest of the team, have 96 rushing yards, no rushing touchdowns on 3.2 yards per attempt. The Giants defense sucks against the run, but they can muster a pass rush. If you want to look at their EPAs against the scramble, rush defense versus scramble, EPAs since the start of last year, they're not great. Mahomes, this is basically a must-win game for him. When he's in big games, when he's in prime time, he activates the legs more. This is a big primetime game. They go 0-3 and lose this game. They're in deep shit. 29.5, he might have a 29.5 yard run in this game. I don't love the second level tackling from the Giants, and that whole defense, again, against the run has been a shambles. And do we think Kansas City wins this game? I tend to think Andy Reid finds a way to win this game. I think there could be volume for Pacheco in this game. And that scares me a little bit with my Mahomes thing. But I think there's a Mahomes 12-yard scamper. There's a Mahomes 15, 16-yard scamper. There's a couple 3rd and shorts keepers. So kneel downs always scare me a little bit. But he's making – his legs are the only thing really making that offense go right now. 4th and long is not 4th and long. It's 4th and short. How short are we going here, Ben?
I have 2. It's basically, if we don't catch the second one, the first one evens it out. I like DK Metcalf 10+ receiving yards in the first quarter. I mentioned it. I think Rodgers goes with him early and often. Patriots pass defense sucks. I don't know that Jaylen Warren really gets it going on the ground today. Now, he might have make some plays through the passing game and things like that, but I do think DK Metcalf catches 2 passes in the first quarter. 2 passes for him clears him from this. Now, to get to the parlay, to get us plus 258. Chase Brown, 25+ rushing yards. That's supposed to be first half rushing yards for Chase Brown. AJ Brown, 20+ first half receiving yards. Mentioned it before why I like that. And then DK, we're adding that 10+ in. I think that, I feel very good about this, especially at this number. We alternated the next 2 down, and we took DK's regular line to get us to plus 258. I think all 3 of these guys in first half, DraftKings is the only place that I found that you can play the first half things, which is the first half interests me a lot because first quarter, sometimes you're like, I only got
365.
They do first half. Okay, there we go. Well, good plug for Bet365. They should sponsor us. We give them a lot of
They're the only one because they're the only ones who really let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, I agree.
Rarely have I tried to do something and gone to their app and been like, I can't do it.
Right. And they also have better lines. If you look at like a lot of props,
Yeah.
it's like 2 or 3 yards less. So good for Bet365. But again, I like first half lines will see me here on 4th and short. So I would take these 3 here parlay.
We're just going back to the well for one that hit last week. McCaffrey first half touchdown. They want you to. It's going to be pushing minus 300 for any time touchdown here. But I look at the game script versus an Arizona defense a couple years ago that actually might be better than this Arizona defense, and he got 50 touches in the 2 games. He had a game with multiple rushing touchdowns, a game against them with multiple receiving touchdowns. It's the backup quarterback. You want to keep it simple, stupid. He could turn nothing into something. I think Kyle Shanahan's going to be out to bully Arizona a little bit early in this football game. A Mac Jones red zone interception probably scares the bejesus out of him early in this game. And I think they're going to get ample possessions because I don't think Arizona's going to have long sustained drives. Arizona, I think, will hit some stuff to McBride. They might hit, for every 5 passes they throw to Marvin Harrison's kid, he'll catch 2, and they'll be deep. But I don't know that they're going to have ground control, run it through Connor, turn the clock. So I think San Francisco's going to get multiple bites of the apple here early in this football game. Overtime, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, overtime we're going with, and I think this was pretty mutual. I know I lean Kansas City Chiefs, but we discussed the Falcons being both of our a good pick for both of us. They're facing the Panthers, but the Panthers have stormed back. They stormed back last week, but we saw
the garbage time champions. Panthers overs. They're over in 14 of their last 19 games. Panthers overs. Bengals overs. Bayern Munich overs.
Yeah, we've definitely been tailing those. But no, I just think the Falcons, like I told you earlier in the week, I'm very high on the Falcons. I like the Falcons last week to cover the 3.5 in Minnesota. They went outright. They're not going to be able to beat the Panthers. I mean, come on. This is a good offense all of a sudden. Penix has been playing good football. He's played good enough. Hasn't been turning the ball over a ton. They had that one mistake turnover by Drake London. If they score that touchdown, it gets even more ugly on that drive. So I do like the way Atlanta's playing. And we already know, like, Morris is going to have the defense ready to go. They played way better than I expected. But, I mean, the defense has played very well. They're getting to the quarterback a little bit, and they're making some game-changing plays. So I don't see them losing here. Again, it's a road team, which some people don't like taking road teams and survivors, but look at the matchup.
Well, and look, a lot of people want to use Seattle. I think Seattle's going to restore their home field advantage, and we can save Seattle. Now, I wouldn't mind saving Atlanta because I'm with Ben. I think they're better. They're certainly better than I thought coming in. But we've used Arizona, right, who's Fugazi. We've used Dallas, who's Fugazi, got them out of the way.
That feels good.
Feels good. And I do like Atlanta here. Atlanta can play bully ball up front. It's a legitimate offensive line. Carolina, since the start of last season, rush defense EPA, minus 38.4. Next worst team, Dallas, minus 20. 26 rushing touchdowns allowed since the start of last season. Arizona likes to pound it in, right? Algier inside the 5. Bijan outside the 5. The quarterback, Penix, will finally start throwing some passing touchdowns. I think that happens here. And Atlanta's got a pass rush now, and they're going to heat up Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young throws a pick in the first half of this game. Not telling you to bet that. I'm just telling you. I think that. So that's where we are on Survivor. And that's where we are in this show. Again, by the way, Ben, let the people know how we did on a college football Saturday. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. That's not all our picks. That's our first, second, and third down picks. We're hitting all 4th and short. We're hitting on overtime. We only have so much space on these graphics. We're awaiting a new graphics package from our friends at Odyssey. They will eventually teach it to Ben, and we'll look even better. I will still look as ugly as I always do, but everything else will look better. Ben will look more beautiful. I think we're getting better cameras. I think we're getting better mics. I think we're getting better graphics. Where are we now, Ben? We're all over the internets now, right? Tell the people where we are.
Everywhere, yeah. YouTube. Continue to subscribe to us. I know we're over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. But Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and most of the episodes we record around noon. It's 11 to 12 mostly, occasionally the 12:30 in there when I have to get my new phone, and the new phone's coming in the mail, so I'm going to have to go back in there. So another day in the next 2 weeks will be at 12:30 probably, but for the most part, 11 to 12. And once we finish this, I upload it to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you might not be able to listen to it on your way to work, but you can listen to it on your way home. Just subscribe to us on there, subscribe to us on YouTube, and of course at Jason's Twitter, at Jason Lockenfor.
I would say watch it in real time and then listen to it again later in the day in case you missed anything. I would say double dip. Well, while we're here tomorrow, because Mondays are a little different, and we have Eric Casillas.
Especially for me tomorrow.
What's that?
Especially for me tomorrow. I have the morning show.
Oh, so how do you want to do that? You've got the morning show, and then you've got a Ravens Monday Night Football postgame show?
Yes.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, you got to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for the opportunity. I like doing post game.
Yeah, you're hungry. You're a young buck. That's why
the morning show's not always super fun to wake up at 3:30.
So do you want to just knock it out from there when you're done the morning show?
I'm probably going to do 11.
Sleep?
I would say 11.
11. All right, I'll let Casillas know. There's the Super Discord. Every pick we make, wherever we make it, whichever app we go to make it, or if we go to our favorite bookie down the street, they still exist. We let you know where we played it, except for the bookie part, how much we played it for, what the odds were, so you can get it in real time. It's all available to you in the Super Discord. Stats on Fire, I guess, too. Well, it is a late kick, right? So I'm guessing Stats on Fire come in around 3:55 Eastern.
He's probably crunching numbers. You know how it goes. Crunch some numbers.
Yeah, he's percolating. He's marinating on it.
And bye weeks are starting. Bye weeks start soon, so we'll be
RB's got you covered. A lot of inside jokes there. We thank you for tuning in. We want to bet. You want to bet. We thank you for wanting to bet with us. We will see you on Monday at 11.